What up, YouTube? It's the Ways, and I'm Tia, and today we're back with another video. I'm excited. Today we're gonna focus on some Odenseye. Odenseye dropped a collab palettes with some YouTubers here on YouTube, and it's called the Perfect World Collection. Here's my little bags. I got a couple of the palettes. There were 3 palettes. I only picked up 2, so you definitely want to check them out. I do think though the third one, looking on Instagram, did get sold out, but they are restocking it March 25th. That one was with Makeup Just for Fun, and it was called the Flora Story palette, and it more had like floral vibes and stuff like that. I picked up the other 2. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I got the Sea Talk palette, and this is in collaboration with Lauren Mae Beauty here on YouTube as well. And then I got the Planet Spirt Palette, which is in collaboration with bettybean here on YouTube as well. I watch both of these YouTubers. I never watched Makeup Just for Fun, and it's just I didn't know who she was until this collab came out. So definitely got to check out her channel and see what she's working with. But these 2 color stories intrigued me the most out of the 3 palettes, so I want to play with them. If you follow Odenseye, you've probably seen a lot of these palettes in action already, but I want to show you what I can create. So if you want to see what we gonna do with these palettes, then definitely please keep watching. But first, during the intro, go ahead and subscribe if you're not part of the fam gang. Go ahead and hit that notification bell so you can be updated every time I load a new video. I'm so excited. Let's go. So first, I just want to show you the box. Like, it came so cute. I hope my lighting is not washing that out, but it had all 3 of the girls and representing their palettes. When you first ordered the palette, and then it comes with a little card. I'm not gonna read, okay? But it's super duper cute. I think Odenseye does a great job with their attention to detail for sure. I also, because I ordered the palette, like one of the first people, not the first people, I guess, I don't know, first 1,000 or something they had. Then you get the little scarves with the corresponding person that you did. It's kind of like when I got the collab with Angelica or Angie Fist on YouTube, and she did the Hella palette. They also gave out scarves. So I got one for her and one for, or this one was for bettybean, and this one's for Lauren's palette. I am going to use both palettes. I'm going to do one look with bettybean's palette, which is the Planet Spirt palette, and then I'm going to do my second look with the Sea Talk palette. Very different color stories. I'm going to go ahead and insert the swatches for the Planet Spirt palette right now. These are the swatches of the Odenseye Planet Spirt palette in collaboration with bettybean on YouTube, and these are bold and fun and bright, shimmery, sparkly. Goodness. Yes, I'm obsessed. I'm in love. Okay, so you've seen that I mean, this palette is bright, and based off the outside of the palette, maybe not what you were expecting. Maybe not. I just turned down the lighting just a little bit, but maybe not what you were expecting. And when you open this palette, but it has her on the front, and then it has the animal. So one was floral, one is animals, and one is sea. So that's the little sleeve. This is a tin pan palette, as you've seen the swatches. Let me take off the plastic. So I have not used this palette as of yet. So pretty. Look how bright that is. And at first I was like, I don't know, bettybean, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this. But then I seen her reveal video, and I was like, I have to have this palette. First off, I love how you have a good amount of shimmers compared to the amount of mattes, equal amounts. I love that it's a tin pan palette. I love how small and compact it is in regards to the packaging, and just like really easy. The attention to detail I also love on here. I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to make it focus on the palette. But there are stripes like a tiger on the mattes as an imprint. So, so cute. I love that you really have corresponding mattes and shimmers that kind of go together, and then this one, and then this one's just a little off, but still has some really pretty colors. So you've already seen the swatches. I want to play in this palette. Let me pull you a little closer and let's get to it. Okay, cool. I'm a little closer. Let me catch you up with what I already have on my face. I don't have any base or anything on. My skin may look a little pale. That's just because of the primer that I put on. And this is by Beauty Bakery. It's a Beauty Bakery primer, and it's the Butter, and it's a Hydro Silk primer. So it's very hydrating, but it has a really smooth feel to it, kind of like a pore filler, and it kind of has a little bit of a white cast. So I put it on earlier and it's sunk in, but if you see that, that might be it. But then it also might be my concealer. I did my brows with the Precisely My Brow Pencil by Benefit, and this is a number 5. And then I went ahead and filled it in a little bit with the NYX Lift and Statch pen, and this one is an espresso. I love this pen. Then I went in with the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer, and this is in Caramel to clean up my brows, so that also might be some cast that you might see. And then underneath my eyes, I just went in with the Smashbox and Becca color corrector and medium dark, just to kind of brighten before I go in with concealer. Nothing too serious. Or if I decide not to put a whole bunch of concealer and just brighten, I have a base for under eyes. I have been eyeing this palette for days, deciding what I want to do with this palette, because I've had it for a good week. So I'm excited. Definitely check out Betty Jean's page, because she had some really good inspiration and really talking about how she created or curated these colors for this color story, and I am here for it. I have to put Amelia on my eyes. This orange, obviously I'm wearing a little orange. I'm putting that color on. We're going to go into Sanctuary. We're going to use quite a few colors in here. I think I can get away with using about 5 of these shades, hopefully, to give you a clear picture on how this might flow in your collection. I think that this would be a great companion palette as well with some of the other things that you might have in your collection. Okay, so that's enough talking. I'm going to take a really big fluffy brush, and I'm going to go into the color Habitat, which is this orange here. I really hate to mess up the imprint on this palette, but I hope it doesn't. Okay, and then I'm also going to make sure I have no creasing. Okay, we don't want that. I bet they were so, like, Betty Jean. Is it Betty Jean? Yeah, it's Betty Jean, but I think she goes by Betty Bean on YouTube. We're just going to drop this color in the crease and really kind of just blow it out in the crease as our base. Ooh, that's a really pretty color. So I like her. I like watching her. I didn't know about her until she had the That's Freaking Bats palette by Shrod Cosmetics. I want to get the second one she came out with. She came out with 2 of those palettes. They're both really, really pretty. The first one's really cool because it has more green tones, a little bit more murky, light green, some purples. Really, really pretty. I like the color story a lot. But her second one, I was really, really feeling. It's more warm tones. Has some really pretty shimmers in there. I'm like, I've been thinking about it. I want it. I even looked it up the other day. I said, Tia, you just bought like 7 palettes. We'll talk about that later. So I'm happy that she did a collab with Odenseye, because I really wanted to continue to try out some of their products. I only have 2 palettes and I've only used one, which was the Hella palette, which I absolutely love. And I love the color story of that. And so when I seen that they were dropping this, I was like, okay, this might be another opportunity for me to go ahead and pick up another Odenseye palette. So I'm just blowing this out really, really big. That's why I got a really big fluffy brush, kind of taking it towards the inside of the top part of the brow bone, but really not going that far up. I'm just laying this color down all over I'm going to soften it up. I'm going to take my color switch and I'm just going to clean it off, and I'll take the same brush and just kind of soften this up here and blow it out here. Really pretty shade. I would wear that by itself and keep it moving, like seriously. That's cute. Okay, so then I'm going to take another brush. I want to take this Sigma Detail Blending, which is an E27 brush, and I'm going to go into the color Sanctuary, which is this pink. Yes, we're doing a little contrast, but I think it's going to come out really pretty, so bear with me. So we're just going to go into this matte. So I like Betty Jean. We're just going to place this on the outside of the crease. It's deep, but it's not like it's still a bright shade, but it's just going to give that contrast and a little bit of depth. I like her channel because, for one, I like her lighting. Like, it's mysterious. It's like she's mysterious. She's intriguing. I'm not saying she's mysterious, like weird or anything like that. She's just very intriguing. She has a different vibe. She has her own style, and I'm like feeling that. I think it's really cool. You can tell she has a different type of personality and just real chill. She might be a Pisces. No, I don't know what she is, but I'm really drawn to her. I like how she is creative with her makeup and goes in with different styles and techniques, and something, I guess I'm my eye here, something you may not think about or want to appreciate the way that she puts the color stories together. Well, I really appreciate them because they're so different. And like I tell you, I was gonna just get Lauren's palette because I love the color story, but then I was like, oh my gosh, she sold me because it's so pretty, the tones and how they all mesh together. So yes, I'm excited to have this palette, and I'm happy that they were able to do the collab, and this one's still available. So if it's something that you are kind of feeling, you might want to get it because I think they are limited edition. Okay, so that looks really pretty to me, and it was easy, totally easy. Taking the brush I had the orange on, just kind of a little bit to go over, reinforce that a little bit. I know that she has Betty Jean Another Job, and she still continues to put out videos all the time. I'm very inspired by that. Obviously, you know, I want to get more consistent and bring you guys more content and stuff. So seeing people that have full-time jobs and still being able to perform and get things out on YouTube, and still I could tell she's passionate about what she does, is really cool. So I definitely recommend checking out her channel. I really like her vibe. All right, let me get another brush. Okay, I think I really want to go in with Annabelle all over my eye, but I think I'm going to go into Majestic just to give it a little bit more contrast, which is this gold in here. Really pretty shimmer, kind of chunky, but not too chunky. I think it's the normal like Odenseye situation from what I've seen in the Hella palette, but it is softer. Really pretty color. And I'm just picking this up on a Luxie 239 brush. It's kind of pointy, so I can really get into the corner of my eye there. I am going to spray this shadow because I just want that kind of vibe today, even though I did not do my face yet. I still want that vibe. So we're going to place this on our lid. Ooh. Ew. That's pretty. I could do this color with either one of these colors by itself. You could do this all over your eye and keep it moving with like a liner. I think this palette's really versatile so far, just with what we're playing with. So good. That's pretty. You can see there's different reflexes in there of shimmer with a gold, kind of a peachy type undertone, which I'm really loving. This is like my colors. I'm not going all over the lid, kind of blowing this out into here. We'll take the Sigma brush and just soften a little bit to keep that matte vibe. I'm probably going about 3/4 of the way. on the lid with this shadow. Yes, I love that. I love it. I love it. I do. Okay, let me throw a little concealer under my eye and put a little powder, and then we'll do underneath the eye together in our inner corner highlights. Okay, so I just put a little concealer underneath my eye. You can totally see. I didn't do a lot. I think it's that Smashbox is just bomb, because you can wear it by itself, but if you wear it under concealer, it's just going to give you more coverage and you don't need as much concealer. I stuck with the NARS Vibe and with the Natural Radiant Creamy Concealer, and this is also in caramel. And then I just set it with my Huda Beauty powder in Kunafa, just lightly with a brush like so. Okay, and then I did kind of take the shimmer a little bit. This is such a pretty color, and kind of like blend it up. Like, it doesn't have to be just precisely on the lid like it would be a cut crease or anything. I just kind of want it to be like where it wants to be, and I kind of like that. I just think that color is so pretty. Okay, very good. So underneath the eye, I'm gonna take a shimmer as well. And actually first I'm going to take the pink, which was Sanctuary, the same pink color we put on the top. And we're just going to drag it along the bottom all the way. With the same brush is fine, because this E27 brush is bomb. I lost my scarf. I was going to put it on my hair, but I have 2 pigtails, so it would have been like kind of weird. Unless I had like 1 scarf on each one. So I definitely think, you haven't seen the other palette from me, maybe you've seen it, but I definitely think these could be companion palettes. Like, I definitely do. Okay, so I'm just blowing that out a little bit down here. I love that color. Like, I'm obsessed with that shade, Sanctuary. I think it's so pretty. So then I'm going to go into the color, and I was calling it Amelia. It's Animalia. This is it. Animal with IA at the end. Animalia. And I'm just taking like a shader, a smudger brush. This is a Luna Magic smudger brush. This color is, I already know, gonna be fire, because it looks like fire. It looks like fire. And we're just gonna smudge this along the bottom. I'm gonna see how it looks without being wet. Okay. I am going to spray it just because I want some more impact. I really want to like pop through. This color is beautiful. Y'all know I love a good shimmer underneath my eye. On my lower lash line. That's so pretty. I love it. Hopefully we're in the same position, because my card was full and I had to switch it out, or clean it out. I'm sorry. So let me get a pencil brush. When I tell you I need to clean my brushes, it's not a game. Not that I don't like all my brushes here, but I need to clean them. Like, I might need to do them tonight. All right, let's add a little inner corner highlight moment. And I think I want to go into Fauna. This one, which is the brightest color in the palette. It has a pink kind of shift to it. Goldy vibes. Let's see what it do. I think I'm also going to... Oh, that's pretty. That's fantastic. Look at... I don't know if you can see the vibe of this shadow. It has like a clear base, and it has a pink going to green dual type of chrome. That's the Animalia. And then this is the Majestic. Oh. Yeah. So good. So let's put that on our inner corner. So let's put that in the inner corner here. Wow. Do you see that? So good. I watched your video a while ago, so I don't even remember what they all look like. I just knew that when it was coming out, I had to buy it. So good. I love it. Okay, let me even out my eyes, get it together. Let me do this face, and I will bring you the final look. Yes. Yes, I'm kind of feeling myself on this look for sure. I love how the eyes came out, how my cheeks came out, how the whole vibe kind of came together. I was really going for an orange vibe, obviously, but it went more pinky, and I am okay with that. Let me just fix this. I want it to blend. I just wanted to blend in a little bit more there. Yes. Yes, I love this look. I love this look. I think that it came out very, very good. I'm kind of obsessed, but you know, I'm always obsessed with how these final looks come out. So let me tell you how I wrap this up real quick. So for my eyes, I did go in with some black liner. This is the Ultra Matte Gel Liner in Onyx by Melt Cosmetics. I took that and put that in my waterline. I used the Lash Princess by Essence mascara for my lashes. For my face, I went ahead and went in with my Yummy Skin Foundation by Danessa Myricks. Then I went ahead and did a little bit of cream blush with my NARS, and this one is in Laguna 04. Obsessed, one of my favorites. And then for my cheeks, which at first I was going to use colors in the palette because this color Sanctuary is like life. Like this pink is life. I think I messed up my palette. I got stuff on it. Okay. Yeah, that color is life. All of these shimmers we used are life. I did use the shimmers actually as Majestic and Fauna as highlighters. Like I kind of mix them together on my cheeks as well. But for my blush, this is also kind of like a highlighter. It's by Nabla. It's the Skin Glazing, and this one is in adults only. And I think it went perfect with this look. Not too much, but still gives a shimmer, still has that sheeny glow, and it still picks up the pink from the palette Sanctuary. For my lips, I didn't want it as bright as it is right now, but really I just put a little bit of this NARS lip liquid lipstick. This one is You're No Good, just in the middle, and kind of blend it together, but it kind of spread out a little bit. And then I put a little bit of this Cab Beauty lip oil on top, and that's how I wrapped up with my lips. So yes, I love it. We used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 10 colors in this palette. Very good, very good. I cannot wait to play with these other colors. You know, I'm not that big on purples, but I think that those are still really pretty purples. And if they're as bright as that pink, yes, I'm here for it. The greens, absolutely. Cannot wait to mix all this together. You have a nice little quad here. You could do a quad here. You could do a quad here. You could look at it as the top row, make like a cool little vibe. The bottom row would be a vibe, which we kind of did with these two mats. So I really am enjoying this palette. Do I need to do another look on it? I don't know. Let's get into Lauren's palette first, and then we might think about doing a second look with this palette or meshing them together, or maybe I'll do some shorts or some TikToks or something like that. But definitely look out because I will be playing with this palette more. I think I'm feeling it, and I think this is great for spring vibes. This can go right into summer. Yes, feeling the color. So if you like this look, definitely leave me a pink heart in the comments. Yes, leave me a pink heart in the comments. And let's get on to look number 2. Yes, so let's get into the Sea Talk palette by Odenseye in collaboration with Lauren Mae Beauty. Yes, I'm really excited about this one. This was the one that I knew I wanted to get. It caught my eye first. I am a really huge fan of Lauren Mae Beauty here on YouTube. If you have not checked her out, I definitely say you need to check her out. Plus, I am a Pisces. My birthday is in a week. Okay, I am a fishy, so I'm all about the sea. I love the color story in this one. We're going to run the swatches here in a second. But let me show you a little close up. It's the same setup. same size as the Betty Jean palette. It has 10 shadows. You have some nice looking quads here, like neutral, some pops of blue over here, and then I love these two in the middle just to give it a different type of vibe. You do have 4 mattes in this palette, so it's not equal, but I'm okay with that for sure. I love the scales on the mattes. If you can tell, it looks like a scale of a fish or a mermaid. I love this. I love this whole vibe, and I cannot wait to play with it. So yesterday we went very, very colorful. Today we're going to go a little bit more neutral. But first, let's go ahead and show the swatches. And I'm going to pull you close. Here are the swatches of the Sea Talk palette by Lauren Mae Beauty and Odenseye. Yes. Shimmer, deep matte, taupey matte, sheen. So pretty. Definitely glad the sun is out so you can see what these shimmers are about. That blue-green shimmer next to that yellow though. Yes. Okay, it's gonna be neutral with a twist. It's gonna be neutral with a twist. Okay, first I'm gonna go into the color called Night Swim. You're like, Tia, neutral with blues? Yes, we're gonna use the blue because it is the deepest shade in here, and I want to see how it do. I'm gonna use it on an E25 blending brush from Sigma. We're just gonna pack that here. Okay, we're gonna just keep this color saturated right here. Night Swim, like, I'm in Arizona, so at night during the summertime, can we just say it's still, the water is really hot if you want to get into a pool. So a Night Swim is definitely up our alley out here. Just saying, okay? Definitely up our alley. Okay, so we're gonna keep it concentrated there, but then we're also gonna move it into the crease. Kind of make it a little round here. Don't worry about the lid because we're gonna cut the crease. But I really want this blue to be as deep as I can get it and just round it out. So I really like Lauren Mae Beauty because, like, I feel like this is her vibe because she loves shimmer. She loves neutrals. She just really is good about putting colors together. She, like, I watch her, she rearranges her Natasha Denona palette and inspires me to want to do the same. I can't believe this is her first collab. Like, I really can't. I like that she's so real and down to earth. I like that she has, like, a calming type of vibe to her. Usually, like, I could fall asleep to her, and not in a bad way, but I'll watch her knowing I'm laying down because she puts me, like, she's just so calm and soothing, and I really like that. So I think that she definitely deserved to have a collab palette, I think, or a palette period. I think she's definitely one that can create a color story that can be fit for anybody, hence this. We're not going smoky. It just looks that way, but we're not. So, okay, I really have it saturated out here on the edge. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a fluffy, like, brush. This is, actually I'm going to take this. This is a Morphe M433. I'm going to take this color called Dolphin Fin. It's like a taupey type shade, right up my alley. And we're just going to blend this into the blue to help with the harsh lines. We're just going to tap it right over where the blue is. Not swiping, just really tapping right now. Just so we can get a nice gradient and soften those lines. I'm going to pull this blue out a little bit. And then just continue to buff this color, or pat this color, I should say, into the blue softening it a little bit, wiggling a little bit, but just like really trying to blend out these harsh lines and still incorporate that color. So it's a really pretty color, like that color, but it could have been like bomb by itself, like for real, for real. It's like a neutral color on me, and I really like that. Okay, let me buff this out to get it to my desired effect. But I'm going to go back in with the blue just to reinforce here, and then go back into the taupe and pat and blend. I don't want to go all the way up into my brow bone. I really want to keep the color saturated underneath my brow bone and just blending out. Don't worry about this. Let me blend it, and then I'll be right back and we'll cut our crease. Well, we won't cut it together, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do. One thing I really like about this Sigma brush, it's like flat, but it's rounded too. So when you get in here in the crease and you start blending on the side that doesn't have any color, it really merges those colors together without any work. So these brushes are like awesome. I think it's this one, the E25 and the E27 are just like, yes. Kind of blending that in. I kind of took the color, I cleaned off my color switch, took Dolphin Fin, and just also went on the edges here just to blend. Okay, I kind of just want to see how the darker color, how the lighter color would layer on the darker color. Last time I did the lighter color first, so I've just been experimenting with really laying the darker color down first. I don't have a lot of lid space, so I have to keep it precise where I want it so it doesn't get too out of control. So this is where we're at. I just cleaned off my brush a little bit. I'm just blending this in here and out here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut my crease, and I'll be right back. And I'm pretty much just going to use concealer to cut my crease. Obviously a concealer, not a base, but I'm going to probably go between the e.l.f. 16-hour camo concealer and the matte finish, and maybe my Conceal and Perfect by Milani. Probably mix these two together and just cut like a half crease. So I'll be right back. Okay, so we have the crease cut. One important thing to remember about cutting a crease is you gotta kind of let it dry a minute. So I had it cut, but I still was like patting, making sure it was dry. Another thing is I didn't clean off my lid with like makeup remover or Vaseline first, which maybe I should have done because the blue is such a dark color and it's kind of peeping through, and I'm gonna put a light shade on the crease. So we'll see how that works out. I mean, it is what it is now. But I'm going to take Night Swim, the blue, and just marry that onto the crease and the cut crease in the blue. I'm just going to pat that on there so it can really blend and you don't see a difference. Up here it's okay because I'm going to make that color that I'm going to put on the lid come over a little bit more. But I want this to be as saturated as like out here. So I'm just blending that, and I wanted to wait until it was kind of dry. I didn't want the shadow to look like muddy. So I'm just kind of, and I'm kind of like bringing it over like an angle. And that's just because of my eye shape and how I feel it looks better with a cut crease. I'm also taking the brush and kind of wiggling it here just to saturate that crease in my eye here. So it all blends really nicely. We can come back and perfect that once we get the lid color on, but that's kind of what I want. Okay, so I'm not really going in with too much of a shimmer on the lid. I want to use this color, Electric Kelp. I want to use Electric Kelp. I think it looks absolutely fabulous. And I want to see what it do on my lid. So I'm going to try it on a dry brush because it's more of a sheen. It's not matte. Actually, it is a matte. It is a matte. I'm lying. It's a matte. But it looks like a sheeny matte. Yeah, it has a sheen to it. It's not totally matte. So I'm going to take like a flat brush. I'm going to pack my brush with the Shadow Electric Kelp. This is like a yellowy green undertone type yellow. My lid should be pretty dry. That's why I use those concealers that I did use. I wanted the tone, but I also wanted a matte one that would dry fast. Oh. Okay, this is not a neutral look. I take it back. I take it back and I don't care. I want to use this brush because I want to take this in as like my inner corner as well. I'm going to do this part of the lid first. Look at how that shadow is going on. Not even wet or anything. Our last look we did have wet. We did spray our brush. But this one, I just want to see. And it's perfect. I'll get up to the edge here in a minute. That's why I want to use this type of brush because it's easier to pack the color on. And then it's going to be easy to kind of like cut. Because I would cut my crease with this type of brush. Which I did. I used a flat brush that I use for my brows, to clean up my brows. Just beautiful. I'm just gonna kind of swipe it along and do the motion of the cut crease and kind of pat that in there. Ooh, I love this. It's electric. It is electric. This was not what I was going for. I really want to give you guys a neutral look. I probably should have done the brown, but I can't help myself. I want to use the blue. So good. So good. Yes. Then I'm going to take the blue again. I kind of got a little concealer on here. And just blend that out. Little small motions here. Just to blend those two colors together. Wow, that color is fire. Like yesterday's color was fire because it was also kind of red, but in pink and stuff. But this, stop it. Just stop it now. Ah, thank you, Lauren. Thank you, Lauren. Hercules, Hercules. Just perfecting it a little bit. Okay, I love it. I love it. I love it. I do. So underneath the eye, oh, let's just go. Oh my gosh, look at that color. That is mermaid scale. Oh, that is. Okay, let me put on a little concealer and then we'll do underneath the eye. So I really can't with this electric kelp. Like, I love it. I think I'm going to take the color Driftwood, which is this brown. It has a little bit of a, red tone to it. Actually, I wasn't planning on using the blue shimmer. That's like purple. Hold on. These look like they have some purple to them. I don't want purple. Yeah, okay, I think I'm going to use this Ocean Jewel, which is this blue shimmer. I think I'm going to just drag that along my bottom lash line. I said neutral. Guys, it went completely different. I think we're going to do a palette mashup. I think I have to do a palette mashup with these palettes because they're so good. Okay, I'm just going to spray my brush a little bit. Anything you have, doesn't matter. And I'm just going to run this on my lower lash line. That shimmer is pretty. It does pull a little purple. And I probably could have used a smaller brush, but still haven't washed my brushes either. But you know what? I'm not mad at the contrast. I really, really like it. I like this. Let me finish up the other eye. Let me finish my face. Throw on mascara so you guys can see the whole vibe of this look. I wore a green shirt and then no type of green. Well, electric kelp, green, yellow, green, yellow. I'll be right back. Yes! So this is the final look using the Sea Talk palette by Odenseye and Lauren Mae Beauty. I love this look. I love the color Electric Kelp. I love how it like just pops. I love how it looks in this cut crease. It's different. It's fun. I thought I was gonna go more neutral, but okay, I kept the cheeks and the lips neutral. So how I finished is I went in with all the same products I used in the last look, and they will be listed below in the description of this video if there's anything that you're interested in, as long as I can find it, of course. I did my regular bronzer. For blush, I was just like, there's a lot going on right now. It's a lot going on. So I did the LYS No Limits Matte Bronzer in Strength, which is dark, and it kind of gives me a little bit more depth, kind of like a contour. So I just went over my cream NARS bronzer with this bronzer as well, just to give me a little bit more chiseled effect type situation. And then for my lips, I just use the Melt liquid lipstick, and this is in Chestnut. I don't know, I've been liking this one a lot, but I felt like it needed to be matte. I felt like it needed to be neutral. I'm not really a nude type of person, so I went with this chocolatey deep brown. I hope you like it. If you're feeling the vibe of this look, definitely leave me a yellow heart in the comments, okay? I know it's a lot. I know it's a little extra, but I think it's really, really fun, and I love the vibe that this palette gave us. I love the vibe that this palette gave us too. They're both so good, so good. I especially love the shimmers in this palette. I can't wait to play with them a little bit more, but we did get a good amount of them used. And then in this palette, obviously, I love Electric Kelp. I'm excited to use a lot more of these colors because I didn't use as many. I only used 1, 2, 3, 4 in this palette. Like, I really want to get into these neutral tones. I really like the shimmer here, Mermaid Scale. So I don't know if you guys want to see a palette matchup. Definitely let me know in the comments. Pretty much a palette mashup is taking these two palettes and putting them together and creating a look. I think that would be so fun and very interesting. And even if you don't want to see it, it might be coming, okay? I know that these two palettes are definitely still available on Odenseye, so if it's something you're interested in, I would highly recommend getting my hands on them. I made the mistake of not getting the Christmas holiday palettes, and I that's why I got these first day. I was like, I'm gonna get them. I'm not gonna sleep on it because they might not come back. I hope you like this video. Definitely give me a big thumbs up if you're feeling the vibe. Go ahead and subscribe if you're not part of the fam gang. Okay, and hit that notification bell so you can be updated every time I load a new video. And just remember, there's only one way to do your makeup, and that is your way. We'll see you next time. Have a blessed day. Peace.